Have you ever reached the end of the month and wondered where all your money went? You had good intentions, you thought you were being careful, but somehow your paycheck disappeared. You are not alone. Most people never learn how to build a budget that feels natural and sustainable. The good news is that creating a simple monthly budget that actually works is easier than you think. Today we are going to break it down step by step with real examples, easy methods, and stories you can relate to. By the end of this video, you will have a budget framework that does not feel like punishment, but instead feels like freedom. Let us start with a quick story. Imagine a young professional named Lisa. She earns a decent salary, but every month she struggles to save anything. She feels like money leaks out of her account without her noticing. Bills, groceries, eating out, subscriptions, and random purchases all pile up. Lisa decides she wants to finally take control of her money. Instead of downloading a complicated spreadsheet or trying a restrictive plan, she builds a simple budget system based on her real life. Within 3 months, she has reduced stress, saved an emergency fund, and even set aside money for a vacation. That is the power of a simple monthly budget that actually works. The first step in creating your budget is awareness. Before you can plan, you must know where your money is going right now. Think of it like a health checkup. A doctor cannot give you a treatment without knowing your condition. Similarly, you cannot fix your finances without tracking your spending. For 1 month, write down everything you spend. This can be in a notebook, an app, or even a spreadsheet. Do not judge yourself, just record the truth. At the end of the month, you might be shocked to see how much disappears on small things like coffee runs or online shopping, but that awareness is your foundation. Now let us move to step 2, which is defining your categories. A budget becomes overwhelming when it has too many details. The secret is to keep categories simple. You can divide them into 4 main groups: needs, wants, savings, and debt payments. Needs include rent, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Wants are dining out, entertainment, hobbies, and non-essential shopping. Savings cover your emergency fund, retirement contributions, or investments. Debt payments include credit cards, loans, or any money you owe. By grouping expenses this way, you can clearly see where your paycheck is going. Once you have categories, it is time for step 3, which is setting limits. This is where many people get nervous because they think budgeting means cutting out all fun. But a good budget does not remove joy, it balances it. A classic method is the 50-30-20 rule. That means 50% of your income goes to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt. Of course, your percentages may vary depending on your situation, but this framework gives you a clear starting point. Let us look at an example. Suppose your monthly income is $3,000. Using the 50-30-20 rule, $1,500 goes to needs, $900 to wants, and $600 to savings or debt payments. If you notice that your wants are eating up more than 30%, you can make small adjustments. Maybe instead of eating out 4 times a week, you reduce it to 2. That frees up money for savings without making you feel deprived. Now here is the important part. Step 4 is making your budget realistic. Many people fail because they create a budget that looks perfect on paper but does not match their actual lifestyle. If you love fitness classes, do not cut them out completely. Instead, plan for them in your budget. If you enjoy traveling, set aside a travel fund. The goal is not to create a prison, but to create a system that guides your choices. Think of your budget as a friendly coach, not a strict dictator. At this point, let us pause for a quick reminder. If you are finding this video helpful and you want more easy and practical money tips, make sure to subscribe to Financial Freedom Path. Your support helps this channel grow, and you will never miss the next strategy to master your finances. Moving on to step 5, automation. A budget is much easier to follow when you remove human error. Set up automatic transfers for your savings as soon as you get paid. For example, if you earn $3,000, schedule an automatic transfer of $300 into your savings account the same day your paycheck arrives. This way, you are paying yourself first. You can also automate bill payments to avoid late fees. Automation builds consistency, and consistency builds results. Step 6 is tracking progress. Once your budget is in place, you need to check in regularly. Once a week, take 10 minutes to review your spending. Ask yourself, am I on track? Do I need to adjust? This habit will keep your budget alive and flexible. Remember, a budget is not a one-time project, it is an ongoing tool. Life changes, expenses change, and your budget should adapt with you. Here is another story. David, a college student, wanted to save for a laptop upgrade. He built a mini budget inside his monthly plan. He set aside $100 each month in a separate envelope. At first, it felt slow, but after 8 months, he had enough cash to buy his laptop without debt. The lesson here is that even small budgets work when you stick to them. It is not about how much you earn, it is about how consistent you are. Now let us talk about common mistakes. Mistake number 1 is forgetting irregular expenses. Many people only budget for monthly bills and forget about things like car insurance, annual subscriptions, or holiday gifts. When those bills arrive, they blow up the budget. To fix this, create a sinking fund. Set aside a little each month for those irregular costs. For example, if your car insurance is $600 a year, save $50 each month in a separate account. By the time the bill comes, you will have the money ready. Mistake number 2 is being too strict. If you try to cut every fun expense, you will feel frustrated and give up. Instead, include a guilt-free spending category. Even $50 a month set aside for small treats can keep your budget healthy and sustainable. Mistake number 3 is not involving your family or partner. If you share expenses, make sure everyone is on the same page. A budget will only work if all decision makers are involved. Schedule a monthly money meeting where you review income, spending, and goals together. This builds teamwork and reduces conflict. Mistake number 4 is not setting goals. A budget without a goal is like driving without a destination. Ask yourself, what do I want this budget to achieve? Maybe it is to pay off debt in 2 years, save for a down payment, or build an emergency fund. Clear goals give your budget a purpose and make it easier to stick with. Let us now shift to motivation. Think of budgeting not as restriction, but as a roadmap to freedom. When you control your money, you control your choices. Without a budget, money controls you. With a budget, you can plan vacations, invest for the future, or quit a job you dislike because you know exactly where you stand. To summarize what we have covered so far, Step 1 is awareness. Step 2 is defining categories. Step 3 is setting limits. Step 4 is making it realistic. Step 5 is automation. And Step 6 is tracking progress. Along the way, we discussed common mistakes and how to avoid them. This system is simple, flexible, and practical for anyone, no matter their income level. Imagine yourself 1 year from now, you open your banking app and see that your bills are paid, your savings are growing, and you still have money left for fun. That peace of mind is the reward of having a budget that works. Now that you know how to create a simple monthly budget that actually works, the next step is to take action. Start today by tracking your spending for the next week. Then set up your categories and apply the 50-30-20 rule, or a variation that fits your life. Keep it simple, keep it realistic, and remember that small progress adds up to big results over time. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to Financial Freedom Path for more practical tips that make money management easy and stress-free. In the next video, we will talk about how to build an emergency fund quickly, even if you are starting from zero. That video will give you the safety net you need to protect your budget and your future. So hit the subscribe button and join the path to financial freedom today.